This woman was 8 months pregnant, and she shattered a glass in her bare hand. All because her most trusted best friend had just told her, "I'm carrying your husband, Jack's baby." Mary, who demanded nothing less than absolute loyalty and love, made the decision to cut Jack off completely and never see him again. But then the unexpected happened. Her son was diagnosed with leukemia. He needed a bone marrow transplant, but Mary's blood type wasn't a match. With no other choice, she reached out to the boy's biological father, Jack. But Jenny, her former best friend, saw the message and deleted it. After getting no response, Mary called Jack's office directly. It was the first time in 6 years he'd heard from his ex-wife. Jack bolted out the door in a rush. He made his way to the cafe where they agreed to meet. That's when he found out their son had leukemia. Mary needed him to go to the hospital for testing, to see if his bone marrow could be a match for their son. Jenny had heard from an employee that Jack had rushed out. Something felt off to her, so she followed. She saw Jack leave in a car with Mary. They went to the hospital and had blood drawn. The results would take a few days. The betrayal from 6 years ago felt like it had happened yesterday. Mary didn't want to get tangled up with him any more than necessary, so she took a cab back to the office on her own. But Jenny had already been waiting there for a long time. She told Mary that she was Jack's wife now, and warned her to stay away from her husband. Mary said Jack was the child's father, and that was one fact that would never change. Jenny threatened to fight for custody of the child. As it turned out, at a previous family meeting, Jack's wealthy father had openly declared that he intended to take the child back as his heir. Faced with someone this shameless, Mary decided she was done holding back.
죄를 지은 쪽에선 잊을 수가 없을 테니까 꺼져.
Few days later, Jack's test results came back. The doctor said his bone marrow still wasn't a match for the boy. Mary desperately begged the doctor to think of another way. The doctor suggested they have another child together, and use the newborn's cord blood for the transplant. Hearing that suggestion, the two of them couldn't help but look at each other.
그런데 하지 말지.
Overwhelmed with anxiety and anger, Mary collapsed. Jack scooped her up and rushed to find a doctor. As he looked at Mary lying there unconscious, Jack's mind drifted back to the sweet memories they once shared, but there was no getting any of that back. Just then Jenny called, demanding to know where he was. Jack simply said he was at the hospital and hung up. When he returned to the room, he found that Mary had already checked herself out and left. Knowing his ex-wife still hadn't forgiven him, Jack was consumed with regret over what he had done. Worn down in every way, Mary made her way to her mother's tailor shop. She had come hoping for some comfort, but instead her mother, who had always been against the divorce, tore into her.
일부정사 못하니까 자꾸 좋기를 바래.
Mary had no choice but to walk away, crushed. Her mother caught up and asked what was really going on. Mary only said the child was sick. She couldn't bring herself to say it was leukemia. Her mother turned it around and blamed her for focusing too much on work and neglecting her son. If you have time to come here and cry, go spend that time with your boy instead. Mary's tears of hurt and helplessness came flooding out like a broken dam.